Hi, folks. Welcome to MTS. Well, as you can see, gloves are coming on. It's going to be serious. Today, I wanted to share my latest find I was able to get at my local train store. So, a quick plug if you are in the Louisville area, I highly recommend Roundhouse Electric Trains, located in the Brownsboro Road Shopping Center. Folks have been around since 1983 and have a vast inventory of not only O gauge, but N, HO, S, and G scales as well. Now, this is generally out of character for me, as I usually do some research on a train purchase before taking that leap, but I knew this was something special about this engine when I saw it, and as it turns out, I feel like I made the right choice. What caught my eye first and foremost was the boiler front. I've seen Lionel Prewar 060 steam switchers for years, but never with this boiler front. And as you can see, it has 227 as part of the mold right in the front there. The second thing I noticed was the little, that the shell is almost 2 inches longer in length compared to other switchers on the same shelf. Also noticed the amount of detail for the pre-war engine, and the motor looks similar to what I had seen in like a 700E from the same period. Also has a stamp on the cab underneath the window of 8976. So I don't know why it had 227 on the front, but 8976 stamped on the cab. And finally, the price tag, but we're not going to talk about that. Just know, I feel like I got a pretty fair deal on this engine. Yeah, you can just see the amount of detail with all the metal pieces. There's that boiler front. Just a really good looking engine. Yeah, 8976 there on the getting stamped on the locomotive. So we'll go ahead and sit this down and get into the tender. So getting into the slope back tender, it has a lot of those like same details. You can see it's got like the marker lights there on the back of the tender, the headlight. And here you can see where it's got the 2227B on the bottom of the tender, and you can see there to the right. That's that B means it has bell. But yeah, there's the cords, I guess, that we're going to plug into the back of the locomotive. You can see just generally really good shape. Definitely not what I would consider mint in box, but I would consider this like probably a very good to even maybe excellent condition. So again, feel really good about the purchase. It's got this lever you can actually control if you want to hear the bell or not by switching that lever. But as you can see, yeah, it looks really good, and again, for the period, you got to think this is 1930s, something along that line. So yeah, let's go ahead and sit that down. And just for fun, let's get the scale out here. Just do a quick little weigh in. So first we'll go ahead and grab the locomotive. And there we go, about almost 5 pounds, 4.8. So pretty hefty locomotive there for just a switcher. And then we'll go ahead and just weigh in the tender, coming in about almost 2 pounds. So yeah, what is that? Almost 6.5, 7 pounds between the two of them. Pretty impressive. So now we'll just get it on the turntable and just capture the full 360-degree aspect on this. Okay, so now comes the research. Again, doing this bass backwards here. So started out the old pocket computer, just doing some quick lookups on eBay. So we'll just punch that in, Lionel 8976. Okay, scroll down through here. I mean, there's some pretty hefty prices on this thing. Even the parts go for a pretty hefty amount. But I mean, just kind of scrolling here. Let's just see what they're selling for, right? You can list it for anything. So we'll just go ahead and switch this over to just seeing the sold items for the same search. There we go. Okay, there's one almost 800 after shipping. So okay, wow, tender. Well, just the tender by itself went for almost 500. Okay. So yeah, no, this is looks like a pretty sought after locomotive. Again, just really happy with the find, but I mean, really also enjoying just doing the research on it right now. Okay, so next I pulled the David Doyle Collector's Guide for Pre-War Lionel trains, and looked up. Go to look up the 227. So I have to find the right part. Okay, here we go. O gauge trains. Oh, went back to standard. Here we go. Oh, still standard. Okay. 227. Oh, there it is. Sure enough. 060 with 2227T or 2227B tender. The catalog number on the boiler front, 8976 under the cab window. All right. Okay, so now that we know, 1939 to 1942, let's take it a step further. Original references are great. Pulled the folder here for my 1938 through 1941 original Lionel catalogs. So we'll just go ahead and pull out 1939. There we go. This is the cover of the catalog here. Let's go ahead and flip through some of these pages here. The artwork on these old catalogs is just amazing. Just always enjoy just kind of flipping through some of these old pages, reading the descriptions and such. All right, I'll keep on flipping here, and well, there we go. Sure enough, page 21. Outfit number is 239B. That included the 227 locomotive and 2227B tender. Also included the 2655 boxcar, the 2654 oil tank car, and the 2657X caboose. Now, the 241B outfit included the same locomotive with 228 and 2228B tender, but it had the larger 2800 series boxcars. I'm going to be in the market for some 2650 series pre-war rolling stock, but I already have some of the 2800 series cars, so we'll pair those up with the 227, run a few laps around the layout. Well, there you have it, folks. You know, not bad for a 87-year-old locomotive. They just really don't build them like they used to. Runs like a top. I'm just super excited to have it in my collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the line.